So Michael booked this as a prestige package, and about March 18th, we received the email on what to pick, parking or the ride share. We picked the ride share, and then we picked package number 1 because number 2 was an excursion, as you can see, that we didn't really care for, and we decided to try the little spa treatment, which you'll see later. I picked the facial and he picked haircut and shave. They were both over the $150 price, but the nice lady was able to give it to us for that price and including the tip, but we did tip extra money on top. So we flew into Fort Lauderdale and we went down to the luggage area where they said that the guy would meet us. Because we didn't get in, we got in, what, 5?
Yes, we left the airport. Well, we left at 12 o'clock and got into Fort Lauderdale at 5.
So we got in at Fort Lauderdale at 5, which was really early. So when we booked the ride share, they asked if we wanted to get picked up later in the day instead of so early and wait at the ship area at 5. I don't even know if they let you in that early. So we asked to be picked up at 9 o'clock.
At 9. So we waited at the airport for 4 hours for the ride share to come at 9.
So we waited. Nobody showed up at 9. There was no phone calls or anything. Mike was about ready to take a taxi. And I'm like, you can't do that because somebody's going to show up looking for us. I said, phone and see. Because they did give us a number to phone the driver the day of.
And told me it was 10 to 15 minutes from the airport to the port. So I called them up. Nobody answered, left a message. They finally called me back.
He called, yeah. I don't know why the driver didn't call us to tell us he was going to be late. I understand why he was late, but he should have called.
He should have called.
So it was, I think, 9:30 when he called you.
Right, and said he was on the way.
And we got picked up at 9:45. So we were supposed to we were supposed to be picked up at 9. He didn't pick us up until 9:45. And then it took half an hour?
I'd say more
45
like
minutes?
45 to an hour.
To get from the airport to the cruise terminal because they were doing construction in the cruise terminal, and that's why he was late, because he had somebody before us that he drove to the cruise terminal. But he should have phoned.
Should have let us know.
So
it wasn't a good first impression.
It wasn't a good. It was a very nice vehicle. He's dressed. I should have got more pictures. He was dressed up in a suit.
Yeah, very nice.
And very nice, clean vehicle. You could see a little bit of the inside. He didn't tell us that water and that was for us. I wish he would have. It was the one that picked us up after the cruise that I asked, and he said, yeah, it was for us.
Yeah, I was already aggravated at that time. So, I mean, we flew all night, didn't sleep, sat at the airport for 4 hours, then had to wait for an Uber or a drive.
It would have been better if he would have called. He should have just said, hey, I'm running late because of traffic, and we would have understood.
Would have understood.
So we got at the ship about 10:30. The process, we were one of the first 20 in line.
First 20 in line. It was very fast.
Very fast, and we just went around, did some eating and that. You'll see that in other videos because this is just about prestige.
Right, we did drop our luggage off, so all we were carrying was our backpack.
We dropped it off before we got on the ships.
Yeah.
Our room was ready at 1. We went into the room, and on the bed was sitting these
wristbands.
Packages with wristbands. One is, if there's 2 males in the room or somebody with a bigger wrist, as you see in the picture, the one is longer than the other. So if it doesn't fit, ask, and they might have a bigger one for you.
Correct.
But the wristbands, they were really nice. We're going to wear them on other ones. And your medallion fit very nicely in there.
Very nicely inside. I like the wristbands a lot better than medallions. Or the lanyards.
Lanyard, yeah. I like the wristband way better than the lanyard. So even when we're not on a prestige cruise, we're going to be using that. Stay tuned for in August. We're going to be using them then on our Mediterranean. 21 days.
Yeah, 20. Well, it's not prestige 21, but
no. And then after, there was champagne in the room.
Champagne.
And a little card saying about the elite party, or not elite, sorry, the prestige party.
Right.
That they were going to have. So we put our medallions in the wristband, put our wristbands on, and off to the party we went.
Off to the party we went.
This is the prestige party. It's held in the dome here on the Star. I'm pretty sure they did it in half because it's pretty full. Yes, please. Thank you.
Butternut squash and shrimp. I don't know what that is.
That's the butternut. Cream cheese and butternut, it would be. So this here was held in the dome. The volume in the dome isn't very well. It echoes, so you couldn't really hear what they were talking about.
Right. They offered some free play and gave a little about what was going to happen on the Prestige cruise.
Yeah, they showed the schedule there, but to hear anything they said, and like Mike said, they drew somebody's name. It took a few draws.
Yeah, for people to show up. But it was so loud and everybody was talking, nobody was listening to what was being said. I guess everybody's been there, done that, so they didn't care. Drinks and the snacks were good, but other than that, I don't think I'd go back.
He'd go back just to hopefully win the free play. And then throughout the cruise, they gave us little goodies like the strawberries that you've seen. And then we got a picnic blanket.
Yeah,
and
with a cooler, a thermos.
A thermos. Their thermos, I wish I would have took it off. I didn't realize until somebody else mentioned it. It has 2 cups, one on each end to take off so you can each drink your coffee or whatever else you have. And then they gave, I didn't get a picture of the first schedule, but then they also left a schedule in the room on what special prestige things they were doing in the casino for draws.
Right. Which I went down for a couple and they drew one name and it was over. It was worthless.
Not worth it, not worth it. And then a little bit later in the cruise, they left, and I think only the prestige people got that Star Princess inaugural button.
Alaska, yeah.
Yeah, so that was really cool, that button. And then I got a picture of the last events that they were, draws that they were doing. And then the last night, we had this garment bag that was laying on the bed, and it's a neat bag. I had been looking at buying these. It folds out like that, and then you zip it up, and it looks like a duffel bag, and it's you can hang your clothes in that. So that's what we're going to be taking on our next cruise.
Yeah, I thought it was a great idea for a garment bag.
They also had in the little bag was some air tags.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll use them, but I don't have an iPhone.
I have an iPhone.
So
this here is the waiting room that I waited in for my facial, and then you'll see the little bed thing little room that I was in, and the bed that I laid on to get my facial done. Michael didn't get no pictures of his haircut.
I didn't get any pictures.
Shave.
Yeah, my haircut and my facial, I guess, whatever you want to call
Shave.
Well, for $150, was not worth it. The haircut did not turn out the way I liked, but hey, it is what it is.
Would you do it again if it was free?
I'm going to do it again because
We have a Prestige coming up
right,
in
and I
December.
don't want to do the other things.
And this is the vehicle that picked us up from the cruise terminal and took us to the airport. Very nice, dressed up in a suit again, and have waters and candies for us. So like, subscribe, hit that notification bell when you want to see our other cruises. Like I said, we have Mediterranean coming up in August, 21 days.
Yes, and we have Alaska coming up in about 24 days.
And we have in the end of November a special casino one, a Rolex one.
Yeah.
And then another Prestige. So if there's anything that you want to know about the Prestige cruise and that, put it in the comments below. If we can't answer it this time, we'll answer it in December's for you.
Right.
Hope you enjoy, and someday I hope you guys get a Prestige too. Bye for now.
Bye.